Hello YouTube, hope everybody is well watching this video. Welcome to Porsche Centre Bournemouth. Look at the colours in the background. This is going to be a really good toy shop tour. I've popped into the centre on another little Irish mission really. I've come in with a really long list, and it is a really long list of 996 parts needed. Porsche Bournemouth being a Porsche Classic partner, one of only a handful in the UK, a best place to be dealing with that. So the team are just having a look at the list for us, which is lovely. And in the meantime, it presents a grand opportunity to have a look around at some of these cars. There is obviously a lot of modern stuff, but a few classic gems as well. I'll show you the lot of them. Just a couple of interesting points. The guys have found new 992 GT3 RSs to be really good news. 4 of them sold in the last month, so people are definitely gearing up for an awesome summer season. There's a couple here, a couple are sold, couple not. There's even some Manthey stuff. So I'm going to stop talking and just crack on with having a look round, because there is a lot to show you, okay? Incidentally, you can see a lot of these on the non-works marketplace, where all cars are backed by fantastic warranties, but most of the cars here come with 24-month warranty. So yeah, look, we've got 992.2 Carrera, 992.1 Carrera S. Both of these cars have literally sold in the last day or two, so congratulations to the new owners, but they are cabs, and I just want to highlight a couple of the visual differences really between the two, mainly with like the dot one, their side repeaters being separate to the headlights, and then in the dot two they just kind of tidied it up a little bit really, didn't they? And now it's all encompassed in those standard headlights. I don't think my camera is doing the best job with the colour of that. That is Cartagena yellow, and I'd like to say thank you to YouTube, because in my Carrera T press car drive in July 25, I was calling it Cartagena. So, I mean, I'm still getting to grips with the English language, aren't I? But every day's a college day, so thank you to YouTube for pointing it out. Pointing out my error in a non-facetious way. Looks really good. Again, you can see the difference in the back. I have to say I do prefer the look of the Gen 2 over the Gen 1. I like the fact that the rear license plate has been moved up. Keen eyes among you may spot that both of these cars do not come with Porsche Sport exhaust, which is a bit of a nice mix-up, to be honest. I quite like that. I like the quad tailpipes on the non-sport exhaust. The PSE, these usually comes with like one oval either side of the license plate. Let's get on to some GT product. I want to show you this 992.2 GT3 Touring. There's a couple of them coming around on the marketplace now. I know, because we've been speaking about it in the Driven Not Hidden Collective, some people are being offered Gen 2 GT3 Tourings for later this year from their dealer, even if they don't have an extensive buying history, which is nice. It's, as I've commented previously, it's nice that the power is back with the enthusiast now for buying new GT product. If you don't want to wait until the end of the year, then come and buy this one. It's in oak green metallic neo. It has got the folding bucket seats. I'm not sure if this is open. Oh, it is. Result. Yeah, it's got the folding buckets, which is obviously really what the Gen 2 car is all about, to be honest, alongside the rear seats. So you could argue that is the most practical GT3 Porsche has ever made. Sitting right there. Beautiful carbon weave on there. It's got front axle lift by the looks of it. Oh, I love this basket weave. Across the dash as well. Beautiful. Look at that contrast stitch as well, if the camera focuses. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, yep, if you're being offered them by your Porsche main dealer and you don't want to wait until the end of the year, come and get this one now. It's got baby miles on, literally a couple of thou on the Oddo. One of my favourite details with the GT3 actually is, so you can see it with the wing up. When you look in there, there are the conical filters. One either side. Really nice detail. On the Tourings, nice profile with the gurney flap as well. Right, I'm coming back to this. There's a lot to talk about. Let's go to this one first of all. So this is, RS Corner. upstairs here at Porsche Centre Bournemouth. This is the only open-top one. It's the only open-top RS Porsche has made for many a year. It is the 718 Spider RS. You may notice a difference to the finish on there. So if you spotted that, well done. You are correct. This was, or is, should I say, Guards Red. It has a satin PPF over the top. I thought it was wrapped when I turned up, so I'm very pleased the sales team here at Porsche Centre Bournemouth corrected us. So yeah, satin wrap on that to give a slightly different hue, which is pretty cool. Liking the contrast stitching on the sport seats. And if you don't like the satin finish, of course, you can remove the wrap. Racing yellow RS. So this is one of the, I think, 4 992 GT3 RSs that the team here at Porsche Bournemouth have sold in the last month. Got this one next to it, which is for sale, and it has done 62 miles. So if you want an RS that ostensibly is brand spanking new, then there it is. I love the colourway on it. Reminds me of the 996 GT3 RS with the red stripe and red wheels as well. Just like take in the visuals you're seeing here, because this is the standard GT3 RS. If you are to look at this and you think this doesn't look as extreme enough for me, well, Porsche can help you out via this, the Manthey kit. Now, Porsche Centre Bournemouth is a Manthey dealer, so if you would like a Manthey kit, they don't just do it on GT3 RS, they do it on GT3, 992, Gen 1, Gen 2. To be honest, there's a massive Manthey back catalogue. I drove a 991 GT3 RS with a Manthey kit on last summer. Check it out on the channel. But yeah, it's an extensive back catalogue. Covers the 718 platform as well. What does the Manthey kit do? It addresses aerodynamics. We'll go into that shortly. It also addresses braking as well, and there's new suspension. I think it drills down into 4 packages: aerodynamics, braking, suspension, and wheels as well. So we'll have a bit of a look round, and I'll point out just very quickly here in the showroom at Porsche Centre Bournemouth some of the differences. If you're wondering the cost of the Manthey version, we see that one. If you add 5 zeros after that, that'll cover it, and you won't get change. Okay, let's start with these end plates. I pointed out on a toy shop tour recently with a GT2 RS 991 Manthey kit how big the end plates were. I've never seen anything like it. I've genuinely never seen anything like it. It's absolutely massive. Oh dear. Ludicrous. So yeah, new end plates. There's obviously a new profile. Just everything is way more aggressive. It takes things up a notch, or 5 to be honest. I also need to show you this. Okay, so the shark fin, that kind of the GT3 RS Manthey kit, that was the big feature, along with the fact that the rear screen has gone, replaced by this carbon fibre. The shark fin comes with exposed carbon, usually, just lacquered. Customer here wanted it to match the Gulf orange livery of the rest of the car. So the team here at Porsche Centre Bournemouth had it painted. There's no going back from that once you decide to do it, and pleasingly, I actually think it works really nicely. If we pull back for a bit of context, and again, my camera's not doing the greatest job of capturing the true spirit of Gulf orange, but yeah, kudos to the owner. That bravery, I think, has paid off. But yeah, let's come right back here. You can just see it's mental. It's absolutely mental. So you've got the aero discs on the wheels as well. You've got a bigger, more extreme rear differential. I believe it runs deeper as well. Should we have a look? Oh, getting on my hands and knees for you, YouTube, here. And after all that, the camera doesn't focus. There we go. It is extreme. And again, it's part of the Manthey kit's commitment to increasing downforce even more on the 992 GT3 RS. But it doesn't increase power. It just increases the efficiency of the car to slip through the air and stick to the floor for faster lap times. And I just can't, I can't get past that wing. It is crazy. More fins on the roof. There's a couple on the standard car. Let's get a zoom on, if you can just see that. Literally one on either side. This has more. If I'm honest, you can see the wind hopping over and through this car in the wind tunnel. You can literally see how the air is being manipulated from front to back. It is a real engineering masterpiece. I want to show you at the front as well, actually. Obviously, you've got extra dive planes on the front there. The last time this was featured on a Road 911 was the RS 4 litre 997 out the factory. So it's nice to see those again. And then you've got, look at this, super like big chunky extended front lip. With these, and this has just never been seen on a road going 911 before. I'm going to pull back here again. And if I remember to do it, I'm going to say that when I look at this car, it just reminds me of a GT3 R. Or the RSR before Porsche stopped racing them the year before last. It literally does look like GT3R, the Nürburgring-spec Porsche 911 racing in VLN. Incredible. You need deep pockets to pull it off, but my God, that just looks spectacular. So congrats to the owner. Let's go to this beauty. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that one last. I'm going to go to this Macan. What beautiful colour Macan that is. That is absolutely lovely. If you're wondering, it's paint to sample emerald green. I think it works really well with the gloss accents all over the car, breaks the paint up. The team here at Porsche Bournemouth say it's the biggest spec Macan they've ever seen. GTS, I think there's about £30,000 in options, Cormac said, which is a lot for a Macan. The list price was, I think, 105 all in. I think it's around 100 now. It's got a couple of thousand miles on the clock. That is it. And it's ready for you if you want what is, I think, one of the most stunning Porsche Macans I've ever seen. The colour is awesome. Changes in the light, as hopefully my camera is doing justice to show. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I'm not sure my camera's picking that up, but it's got an Alcantara wheel. Yeah, there we go. Bit of sporting merit. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Tell you what, I've never seen that before on the chrono clock. It's got like a black bezel to the clock, and even look at that leather trim around the chrono clock. That's really special. It's live on the Nine Works Marketplace if you want to take a look. We'll finish with two manual cars. This here being a new one. Jet black metallic. The colour on here is superb. Look at how many different shades are amalgamated into the colour we know as jet black metallic. I can see blue in there. I can see gold. I can see specks of red. Bits of silver. That is absolutely lovely. It really pops, but then from a distance, it's a lot more subtle. So it's a really, really clever paint that. I'm a big fan of it. It is a Carrera T. So base Carrera spec with a 6-speed manual. It's the only non-GT product in the Porsche 911 lineup these days that gives you stick shift. And Porsche is so proud of the fact it does that. It gives you a sticker on the rear quarter window. The accents are vanadium, evidenced here on the mirror, down there on the wheels, and even on this particular car, the dash inserts as well. Then we've got the piece de resistance of the T, and you'll know we're huge fans of the Carrera T here on 9works TV. It is absolutely one of our favourite cars from the modern lineup. It is fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful thing. Again, cool seat inserts, all standard T fare. What's different about this car is the aero kit, which I think looks really good. Gives you that fixed wing rather than the adaptive, active rear wing that you'd usually get on a Porsche 911. Let's finish with some Mezger magic though. And I quite like the fact that all of the cars are positioned as if they're looking at their grandfather in this room. It's really, really nicely laid out here at Porsche Centre Bournemouth. And this, grandfather, a lot of these cars here, is no less special. And to be honest, it's right up my strata, I have to say. Guards red, ceramics, It is sold. It's gone to a friend who's collecting very shortly, but it's a great example of the fact that the team here at Porsche Bournemouth, they don't just sell the new cars. As a Porsche Classic partner, they're very well adept at selling these cars, which come with a 12-month comprehensive classic warranty, again for peace of mind. Just trying to get the, there we go, nice aspect on the visuals. Compared to all the other stuff up here, it looks almost under the radar for a GT product, doesn't it? It was, there's a really lovely story to it. It was one owner from new, owned or collected, sorry, from the Porsche factory. I can imagine this would have been a difficult or sad day for the owner to hand the car over eventually, having, owned it for 15 years, covered all the miles in it. But, everything is of a time, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? It just looks wonderfully classic. The 997.2 GT3, pivotal moment in many ways for Porsche. It was the last Mezger engine GT3. It was the first to use active engine mounts on the back. It was the first to have central locking wheels. All of that now is kind of ubiquitous among Porsche GT products. So it's, a real kind of seminal moment before the big switch up into the 991.1 generation GT3. 16 years on, I just think it's a work of art. A real work of art. So congratulations to the new owner, and well done to Porsche Bournemouth as well for sourcing it. What a selection. What an amazing selection. What I won't show you because it's raining, obviously, outside, is a 992.2 GTS. 15,000 miles on the clock, 119k, compared to any other GTS, T hybrid GTS out on the market. That's exceptional value. It is an ex-press car. As a member of the UK press, I can tell you with good authority that those cars are extremely well looked after and extremely well cared for. Not to mention the fact that some famous people, we have Vicky Butler-Hendersons of the world, Tiff Nadell's, etc., have all driven that car. Amazing story and history to it. So get in touch with the Bournemouth team if you want a bit more information on that. It's the C2 variant with bucket seats. Proper job. Thank you, as always, for watching these toy shop tours on Unbox TV. It means a hell of a lot. We'll see you again soon in another instalment of Porsche Perfection, either in a showroom on a toy shop tour, or even better, out on the road.